When people talk about WWE in the year 2000, they usually argue about stars. Who was the biggest name? Who should have won more? Who was wasted? Who deserved better? But that's not how World Wrestling Federation looked at wrestling in 2000. WWF wasn't judging wrestlers emotionally. They weren't judging them nostalgically, and they definitely weren't judging them like fans. They were judging them structurally. And if you don't understand that system, every push looks political, every loss looks personal, and every decision feels random. This video is not about who was the best wrestler. It's about how WWF actually made decisions. So the real question is not who was the most talented or who was the most popular. The real question WWF asked in 2000 was much colder than that. It was this: how risky is this person to our system? Because WWF in 2000 wasn't just a wrestling promotion. It was a live television machine running multiple shows per week. With storylines that couldn't stop, every wrestler inside that machine was either an asset or a liability. WWF judged wrestlers using 5 core criteria, not officially written anywhere, but clearly visible once you know what to look for. First, reliability. Not charisma, not star power, reliability. Can this person be trusted every single night? Can they hit their timing? Can they follow instructions? Can they work safely even when tired, hurt, or frustrated? In a system built on live television, a reliable wrestler is more valuable than a spectacular one. Many talented wrestlers failed right here. Second, control. This is where many fans misunderstand the system. Control does not mean obedience. It means execution. Can this person lose when needed? Can they slow down when told? Can they protect someone else's momentum even at their own expense? A wrestler who is popular but difficult to control is not an asset. They are a risk. Third, durability. WWF wasn't asking, can this person deliver one great match? They were asking, will this person still function 6 months from now? Durability meant physical health, working style, recovery speed, long-term reliability. This is why some pushes were slow and why others were protected in strange ways. The system was thinking long-term survival, not short-term applause. Fourth, utility. This is one of the most misunderstood concepts in wrestling. Utility means, how many problems can this person solve? Can they main event? Can they work mid-card? Can they elevate others? Can they lose without damage? Can they be moved anywhere on the card? Wrestlers with high utility were always used, even if fans didn't see them as stars, because they kept the machine running. Fifth, public reaction. Yes, crowd response mattered, but it was never the foundation. Popularity without reliability is unstable. Popularity without control is dangerous. Popularity without durability burns out quickly. WWF didn't ignore crowd reactions. They evaluated whether those reactions could be used safely. To really understand the system, you also need to understand what WWF did not prioritize. They did not judge wrestlers by win or loss records. Wins and losses were tools. They could be given. They could be taken away. They did not judge wrestlers by match quality alone. A great match didn't guarantee trust. It only proved potential. And they did not judge wrestlers by crowd noise alone. Crowds change, television schedules do not. Once you understand this system, a lot of things suddenly make sense. Why some wrestlers stayed on top. Why others hovered in the same spot for years. Why some people lost constantly yet were never in danger. It wasn't favoritism. It wasn't randomness. It was structure. This is not about fantasy booking. It's not about rewriting history. It's about understanding how the system actually worked. Because once you understand the system, you stop asking, why did this happen? And you start asking the real question, why did this make sense to the people in control? In the next video, we'll break down how pushes actually worked in WWF in 2000, how they were tested, slowed, protected, and stopped. Not as opinions, but as part of the same system.